friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Dee. I am a Saint Beauty artist and a DIY lash enthusiast, which today's video is going to have absolutely nothing about either one of those, but those are the two things that I normally do on my channel, talk about Saint Beauty and also talk about how much I love DIY lashes. But I do a variety of other things as well. I like all things beauty, all things skincare. Once in a while, I'll do a fashion post, that sort of thing. So just a little bit of everything. But today's video, like I mentioned before, is going to be not Saint Beauty related and not DIY lash related. These are products that I saw hit Ulta's website. They're new at Ulta and I wanted to try them out. And normally I see these videos done where it's like first impressions, where the person is trying them for the first time and they're like, oh, I like it or whatever. But the problem is it's really hard to say if you like something the first time. Your first impression could be something, but then after a week, it could break you out. It could dissolve throughout the day. It could crease. It could do all these different things. So I figured what I would do instead of a first impressions video is a week after using them video. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but basically I have purchased these products. I've used them for a week. I want to show you me applying them and kind of talk through pros, cons, if I would recommend them, if I'm going to be keeping them, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So first off, my hair is wet. Yes. I have extensions, so I have to let them dry as much as possible before I actually go in and start blow drying them and styling them. So I'm getting ready for church, hence the reason I'm in my little Sunday dress. So I figured I would knock this video out in between, just trying to multitask, so that's why my hair is a hot mess. But let's get into, I'm gonna go through the products obviously in order and kind of show you putting them on. So the first product is going to be the e.l.f. Sea Bright Putty Primer. So it looks like this. It's kind of got this yellowy tint to it, but when you put it on the skin, it doesn't have, I don't see any tint to it. I don't notice anything. Now, when you put it on, it does have, I don't want to say a cooling effect, but it does feel cool to the touch. Like it's warm in my bathroom right now because I just took a shower, but this product feels cool. But it's not like a tingling or anything like that, but I just put it all over my face. It blends in really, really well. It almost has, I would say, an oily feel to it. Not oily, like, so if you're oily, don't freak out because I used to be oily. I know anybody who said oil, I was like, no. It just goes on very, very smooth. Like I don't feel like I'm pulling my skin or anything like that. Now I did check, they do have a variety of different, I want to say flavors, but flavor is not the word. They have a variety of different, I can't think of the word. When I'm editing this video, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, the word, it's like, you're probably sitting there going, it's this, but for whatever reason, it's early Sunday morning, can't figure out words today, but they have a variety of different variations. I'm going to say flavors because that's the only thing I come in my head, but formulations, maybe that's what the word I'm looking for. This one is their newest one, the C+, and it's supposed to be infused with vitamin C. I'll be completely honest with you, I don't know how much vitamin C is actually going into my skin because I do put on my full face of skincare before I put this product on. So for me, a primer is like the last skincare thing, first makeup thing, and I already have vitamin C or serum on my face. I have moisturizer, I have sunscreen, I have all these different layers. So I'm not exactly sure how much is actually getting infused. When I've used it for a week, I've used it with my vitamin C serum. I currently use the Oil Olay Serums Vitamin C Plus Peptide. I used it with that, like I'll put the serum on. I have days where I haven't done it and I don't really notice a difference. And so I just don't know how much is actually being infused in my skin because it is a primer. The other thing, so that's kind of like, I was going to check out some of the other formulations and everything, but when I looked at they had one that was like a luminous one, so I was going to check that out. But as far as the primer, like I can't speak to the vitamin C. I have no idea how much is actually sinking to my skin. So that's the first, like, I'm not sure. But as far as the primer itself, I did feel like it was a decent primer. It does dry in, so even though it goes on, it kind of glides onto your skin. When I press my skin like this, I can feel a slight tackiness, which is perfect for a primer because that's what I want, because I want it to kind of hold my makeup in. So from a primer standpoint, I feel like it feels really, really good on my skin. I do feel that tackiness. I do feel like my makeup goes on nicer, and I do feel like it does add in the longevity of my makeup. And the price is right. The one thing I do have to notice, I went to Walmart and I was gonna pick up another formulation, and I think they were like $14. And I was like, golly, I remember when e.l.f. was super cheap. Now everything is going up, but I just was like, okay, I'll put all the prices up on the screen as I'm going through everything, but go to Ulta, don't go to Walmart. They're more expensive, or at least my Walmart's more expensive. This doesn't give me that look that I'm going for, that glow within look that I need because I'm so dry. But like I mentioned, I am interested in trying out the Luminous formulation. I think it's Luminous. So definitely we'll be trying that out because I do like the way that it feels on my skin and the longevity it provides. So next I'm gonna go in, because there's nothing else that is skincare related. I'm gonna quickly do my makeup, and then I'll come back and we'll start talking about some of the other products. Okay, so makeup is done. So I'm gonna go in next, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia highlighter kind of thing, and it's double-ended. Double-ended, has the highlighter here, and then it has the brush here. And so this is kind of what it looks like just on. It's so, so pretty. So I've been using this for a week, and I'll be honest with you, like when it goes onto my skin, like when it goes onto my hand, I feel like it blends out really, really pretty. But for whatever reason, when I put it on my cheekbones, it feels gritty to me. Almost feels like it turns to a powder, but it doesn't. But it just kind of has this gritty feeling. And I'm not sure if it's because, I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like at least on my hand, it doesn't have that grittiness. I don't know, it's just weird. It's not bad, but it's just one of those things that I've noticed. But you can see here, it does give a lot of glow. I mean, my makeup is already glowing, but it does have a lot. To me, I feel like it's nice, it's pretty. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I think if you have like a darker skin tone, it's gonna look amazing on you. It does last pretty much throughout the day, but I'll be honest with you, I think it's $34. I'll put it up here. To me personally, I feel like there's drugstore brands like the Kiko, Milano, whatever, has some that are similar to this that I've used in the past that I feel are just as good. There's a lot of liquid highlighters that give that gleam that I feel last just as long and that are a lot cheaper. So I'll put some different options on, down below if you are loving this kind of look and this kind of color. I'll put some other options that are more affordable than this. But to me personally, I don't feel like this is like a standout item where I necessarily want to pay this price of money or this amount of money. I don't feel like it's really worth the amount. So that's just me personally. Okay, so next I would normally do my eyes, and I did pick up the Colourpop new Jelly Much Shadow. And as you can probably see, there's going to be a theme. This is the color Mystical, and it looks very, very similar to the color that I just showed you from Anastasia. But when you put it in, it is spongy, but it's not, I don't know. The formulation is a little bit weird. It's not as wet as I'd like it, but you can see here, I mean, there's obviously a theme. I obviously like certain colors. It's a really pretty champagne-y color. It looks really, really pretty when I swatch it, and it does have a little bit of glitter in it. But the problem I have is when I swatch it, you can see how dense the color is. But when I go to put it on my eyes, it is so hard to build up. I feel like I just sat there and build up. And finally, I was able to get to this look right here, where this was just literally a swatch. So it's weird how I've tried primers. I've tried doing it like setting my makeup first, like with powder. I've tried not doing it. You can see here that I have cream makeup on. I've tried not to put cream makeup on my eyes. I just can't figure out a way to get this density and then get this color payoff without packing on the color or the product. And then the problem with that is it creases heavily, and I felt like there was a lot of fallout. It didn't last throughout the day like I would like. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want to try it today. I would normally show you, but going to church and stuff like that, I don't want to look like a disco ball. To me, these just didn't work. They are super affordable brand, and I feel like there are so many different options out there that they come out with. I think their eyeshadows are amazing, but I think this just just a miss for me. Okay, so I quickly did my eyeshadow with just regular Saint powder. So next we're gonna do eyebrows. So this is the new Florence, I don't know what it's called, Tint and Tame eyebrow pencil. So it's double-ended. It has the spoolie here, and then it has this little triangle thing. And this is a color that I got, I think it's like blonde, or no, it's taupe. So it does have kind of like this caramel color, which normally I go for a little bit darker, because I do like my eyebrows a little bit darker. But I went with this one because I felt like it was a little bit more natural. And me personally, I feel like the color is exactly what I personally would, you know, want for an eyeshadow pencil. So I am very, very happy with the color. But, you know, Ulta has a great return policy. So if you pick up something and it's not the exact color, you can always go out and exchange it. So that's not a big deal. But luckily, I was lucky and was able to find the color that I want. I have like this little piece you can see here where there's, for whatever reason, there's no pigment left. I used to get my eyebrows, I got my eyebrows done like years and years ago, microblading, and for whatever reason, there's no pigment there, and I have to like over pencil it in. A little bit darker than I normally do, but you can see here, it is super, super easy to apply. One thing that I absolutely love about it, and I feel like Anastasia Beverly Hills is the first one that came out. They used to have the brow products, and it was like they were the queens as far as the eyebrow world. But they had come out with this triangle one. Instead of like a regular pencil where it was kind of sharp, they came out with this triangular one. I feel like they were the first ones. And I remember trying that years and years ago and just absolutely loving it, because I feel like this one gives a little bit more natural. It's not as precise. It's a little bit more natural, and it's a lot easier to fill in just when it's that triangle thing. But I do like this one. It is super affordable, and I feel like with the color, with the pencil, it's not like, it's just the right firmness, I guess. It's not super wet, but it's not like super where you have to like, you know, really get the color payoff. I feel like I can just flick it and it puts the color in there and it lasts all day. It does say Tame and Tint, so that makes me think that there's some kind of waxiness in it. I don't feel like there's anything that really keeps my brows where they are. If you're somebody who feels like your brows kind of go all over the place, I think you still would need like a brow gel to keep them like concrete in place or glue them in place. I don't feel like this one does, but it does say Tint and Tame, which makes me think that is that. But you can see how quick and easy it was. Like I mentioned before, they do have a couple colors, so regardless of what color hair you have, I feel like there is a color for everybody. And I feel eyeshadow or eyebrow sticks kind of are, you don't need a huge selection. They are what they are. So definitely like this, definitely would recommend this, definitely will continue using this. So the next thing that I got was this NYX Wonder Pencil, and it's supposed to be a micro highlight stick and a micro batten brilliant stick. So it's double-ended and it looks like this. So this is the, I don't know exact side this is. I'm guessing that's a highlight stick, because this one I think is a little bit sparkly. Yeah, so this one is kind of the highlight or micro whatever highlight stick, and this is the regular stick. To me, I'm not exactly sure how to use this product. I thought for sure, like I was like, oh, it's perfect. You know, you put it in here and you can see here, and I'll show you. It does brighten the area pretty good, but I feel like I have to like dig the pencil in my eye. It's not like, and maybe it's something to go under, but I don't know why I would highlight the under of my eyes. I've been taking it like this and putting it at the top, and you can see it does have some color payoff, so it is really, really pretty. But I feel like I have to kind of dig the product into my skin in order to see it. And it's very humid in here. It's warm in here, so it's not like it's cold. Like, you know, sometimes if the, you know, product is cold that it's harder to put on. It is warm in here. It's humid in here. It's probably 80 degrees in here. So it should definitely like blend down. But I just feel like I really have to dig the product into my skin. And it's not something that I want to do around the color, you know, corner of my eyes. I already put highlight there, but like here, it's not so bad. Like I can definitely dig in. You can see that color payoff, but the other stick of it, like I was like, oh, I'll be able to get in here and get those dark eye circles because I do have these little divots and stuff. And you can see here the product is putting on, but I have to like dig it into my skin. This is something that I just couldn't figure out really how to work, and it just didn't work for me. Please leave comments below if you've tried this and you use it for a particular thing, or maybe the one that I got was a little wonky, but I just can't recommend it. So the next thing I got was the Kat Von D Tattoo Pencil Liner. This is in the color Viridescent Green. I don't know, I'm bad at words. But this is honestly and truly the first Kat Von D product that I've ever tried. So I was really, really excited about it. And I just felt like, hey, let's try the eyeliner. So this is a mechanical pencil. It goes up and down. So I really like that. So I don't have to have the sharpening. The one downside to that is the benefit to having like a sharpened pencil is it's sharpened. This kind of does have a dual-ended point. So if you want to get like a very precise kind of flick, this is not going to be the product for you, but I'm not about that life, so I'm fine with it. The one thing that I do have to say that is a negative for this one is this is supposed to be green, and I feel like the camera is picking up a little bit more green, but it's got this really, really blue undertone to it. To me, it's like a greenish blue, and when I do put it on my eyes, it comes out like a true blue. Like it starts looking like this color and not like you can see here, like this is blue. It just has a lot of blue that is pulled from it. And I was looking for a green because I have green eyes. So for me personally, it's just not a color that looks good on me. And that was my one downside. I just didn't feel like it was a true green. Now, what I've been doing is I tightline my eyes, and I'm not gonna be able to talk while I'm doing this, so I'll speed this up. But basically what I do is I put it right at the root of my eyes. And one thing that I like about it that you'll see is it stays in there. It doesn't transfer. I usually get a little bit down here because I do go a little crazy, but it stays there. And that's what I like about it is it's definitely, you know, a transfer proof kind of eyeliner. So I really, really like it. But yeah, so you can see here, actually I didn't get any in the corner of my eyes, but it just stays there. Wherever you put it, it does stay. You do need an actual eye makeup remover to get this off. I usually use my micro like fiber towels, like my makeup erasers, and I find that I tug a lot because this stuff is like on. Like when she says tattoo pencil liner, it definitely is, you know, it stays on. So you do need, I would even recommend like a waterproof eye makeup remover. I think that would make it very, very easy to get off. But that's the one, I don't want to say downside because it's not a downside because hey, if it's not going to transfer or it's not going to smudge or anything like that, that's what I'm looking for. But I would recommend purchasing it with a waterproof eye makeup remover to help get it off. So the next thing I got was this Stila Save the Day Eye and Lip Perfector. And so it comes like this and it has this little end here. And basically what it's supposed to do is correct anything, like if you go crazy with your liquid lips or if you go crazy with your eyeliner, it's supposed to help with it. And it has this like almost, I don't know, it's like a weird, it's kind of a weird jelly kind of feeling to it. The reason why I purchased this was I thought it was going to be really easy to kind of do the flick up, and you do have this kind of double-ended thing where you can really get in here and precise your flick, and I've done that and I really, really like it. And what I've been using it for is when I go to do the liquid lipsticks and I end up getting a little bit over, you know, kind of I go crazy with it, instead of trying to rip it off and pull it off and then smearing it or kind of having that like redness on my skin because I just try to rip it off, I'll go in very gently and go around here and it will just help with that preciseness. So I usually really, really like this. It does work for that flicking thing. If you want to get more of a precise like eyeliner without having to like take off a whole bunch of your makeup. Now it will take off wherever you put it, but you won't have to like really, I don't know, it's precise. So I really like that. It's not a cheap product or it's not an affordable product. So that's the one downside. It's kind of one of those things like, do you need it? Do you have to have it in your makeup collection? No. But if you're somebody who does that flick a lot and you're looking for something that really helps to take it off, this is it. So last but not least is a mascara. This is the Milani highly rated anti-gravity mascara. So this came as a gift because I guess I purchased so much, I'm not exactly sure, but here's what the wand looks like. It's big, it's spiky, it's in your face. And so I have been using it, and I'll be honest with you, it's not bad, but it's not my favorite. The wand itself is not as challenging as I thought. I usually don't like wands this big because it's really hard to get into like the little corners. But as you can see here, this one is not that bad because it has that little ball at the end. But to me, I just feel like it doesn't do a really good job of volumizing my lashes. It's just kind of like, and I have to sit there and pack it on and pack it on and pack it on. What I like better, let me show you. I've been using the Essence Lash Princess. You can see here, like this will really ramp it up. But I have been combining these because the one good thing about the Milani one is it kind of helps to separate the lashes, where the Essence one will help to build up the lashes. Now, me personally, I don't like to use two different ones. I'm just using it just for this. But if I had to choose either one of them, I would choose the Essence one over this one because I feel like it gives me more of the lash look that I want. But if you are not into that volumizing kind of thing and you want something that's a little bit more lengthening and kind of separating, then I think the Milani one is just fine. Is it my favorite? No. And, you know, to be completely transparent, it's hard because in my personal opinion, it's not a lash that I like. So it's hard for me to say, you know, I can say I don't like it, but it's just because it doesn't give me the look that I want. And that's not fair to the product because it probably is a really decent mascara for somebody who's looking for what it actually delivers. You can see there, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of like, wonk, wonk. But then again, I don't have fabulous lashes. So that is it. That is everything new at Ulta. They just had some new products that hit, so I'm gonna pick up a couple of those. So I'll be trying those out, but I wanted to show you, instead of a first impressions, wanted to show you like the products actually being used and what my thoughts are after using them for a week, because I can tell you whether or not they worked and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave your comments below if you've tried any of these products, what your thoughts are, that sort of thing. These are just my personal opinion, and obviously it might be different than somebody else's. So if you could leave those comments below, that would be amazing. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Until next time, bye.